What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to go over how the game can screw you over, and I'll do this by going over 2 uranium mine reports, and I'll also show 1 void report from this past weekend. So this first one we'll show right here is like I attacked this person that I've attacked in the past and easily beaten. So it's not like I was trying to test my strength or anything. It was just a matter of I'm sitting on too much uranium and I don't want to be occupied by someone else. So I want to occupy someone first, otherwise I'm just going to lose some amount of uranium. And the thing that happens here is that my rocket launchers end up not attacking what they should attack. So before we go back here, as the rocket launcher's ability says, every 3 attacks will cast Overshoot, dealing tons of damage to a single enemy and prioritize attacking the enemy's back row within range. So that keyword is prioritize back row units within range, which basically means every unit except the mortar cannon. So the mortar cannon, like either in T9 is called Uranium Cannon, or T11 it's called Doomsday Cannon, etc. This is the only back row troop it can't hit on the first attacks, on its first special ability, because it's out of range. But every other back row unit, the sniper, the shielder, just doing this for like to make it, the EMP cannon, also known as laser cannon, and the shielder, it can hit all the other ones on the first attack. And that was usually what was happening. But then ever since basically this event, and then I think one time earlier, it's been not doing that. And the game has been seeming to do whatever it wants. So what we're going to show here is that the first special ability hits the snipers, and then the second special ability hits the shredders, and the third special ability hits the zombies, before finally it has no choice but to attack the remaining troops, which was a cannon, mortar cannon, and laser cannon, even though there was 132,000. So we go, this is a video replay. You'll see here, the first one kills, there it goes, it kills the snipers. There's 136,000 units of laser cannons. But look at here, it hits the shredders, the second one, you see that? And then on the third one, you'll see it'll hit the zombies. Boom, zombies, hits the zombies, even though there's 130,000 units of laser cannons. And then finally it has no choice because there's only 2 troops, and it'll hit, of course, it hits the worst possible thing, the mortar cannons that are alive. So finally, when this is the only target, that's when it finally starts shooting at the laser cannon. And just to demonstrate, I literally just attacked the same again, with the only thing changing is I just made every back row unit 1. Is this the one? So you see the back row, that's the only change I made. And I guess I just moved the troops to maybe, I don't know what I moved it to, but they're in the same position. But you can see on its second special ability, it finally does when it hits the laser cannon, like it normally does, like it's been doing all throughout the game until this point, where now the game just decides, like, we can just randomly screw you over and attack the worst units possible, the shredders, and then the second worst unit possible. Well, I guess maybe the golems might be worse than, because that's so huge ways it might. But yeah, so that was just, this is just the beginning example. But then the further example where basically in Void, I set a trap towards the end of the day. And what you'll notice here is that the male Titan, the Titan that usually does the most damage, even when if it's a lower level, like a purple Titan often can do more than even a gold female Titan. 0 kills. 0. 0. And then 0. And this person didn't send any Titans. 0 kills. 0. Look, in this video replay, you can see, okay, the first one, I could see, yeah, it attacked the empty spot. But then it hits the tanks 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. It attacked the tanks 3 times in a row, and it does 0 kills. So basically the game can just like do whatever it wants now. That's as bad as it gets. That's the worst possible outcome. It just literally does 0 kills. The game can start just making your rocket launchers attack the worst possible units, prioritizing front row instead of back row. What's the point of investing anymore? And then when I complained to Camel, I actually showed them. All they told me is like, oh, I'm sorry you're having a bad game experience. The rocket launchers attack the long-range back row troops within range. Even though I sent them this video showing that it wasn't doing that, when there was like 130,000 that I could have killed, they basically just told me to go screw myself. They didn't use any customer service. So why invest money in a game that can just make you your units do whatever it wants? It can even make your units kill zero units. You saw in the Void report. Even when it attacked it 3 times, they could just do whatever they want. What's the point of investing? So basically, I didn't invest. I haven't put a single dollar in since then. I had $73 remaining, so I have like $58 in AOZ coins, and then that's the last of the things I could ever purchase, because I'm not going to invest in a game that doesn't even do what it says it's supposed to do. And this is just basically comes down to like pay more money and win. There's not even strategy involved at this point. They can just literally make a random unit have 0 kills, even though it clearly attacked 4 times. The first one, sure, the first one it doesn't kill, but you can see it attacked the tanks 3 times. It can make any unit not kill anything if they wanted to. So there's no point investing, like, unless Camel like apologizes, refunds me, and then like fixes the bugs. They don't seem to care. Like, there's a lot of complaints in the global Conquest chat, but I'm gonna actually post this in. Yeah. It's like, if I wanted to just waste money, I could just waste it on other things. Like, it's not even fun at this point with, like, you can't even, like, the one thing I liked about this is, like, even though I knew it was a pay-to-win game, is that there is some strategy involved, and so that's like, I was like, okay, well, I can, even though I'm on a budget, I can invest in the more important things, and then, you know, like, beat people that I shouldn't beat just because I invested better, had better formations, etc. But then when they can start just taking that away from you and just have your units do things it's not supposed to do, or just like have your units kill 0 troops, like, then it just becomes, there's no point anymore. It's because it's not even following the rules anymore. And you can notice this, like, even they just add more and more randomization as the higher and higher levels go. And probably a large part of that so they can just say like they can just tweak, basically so they can rationalize. Well, they can't even rationalize this, but like probably the reason they add a lot of randomization to like the purple planes and gold titans and the block abilities is just so they can be like, oh, well, you know, it just blocked it, or it just, you know, it just disabled it, even though they could just they can up that randomization at any time. Or they could just make your troops kill 0 units and they don't do anything about it. Anyways, that's all I had to say about this. I might still post some things to help people out who are still interested in the game, but I am not going to invest any more money in this unless they do something about it. All right, see you.